Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic, less known classic. This is episode number 2582 and Doubleshot 2476. This is going to be the first of four straight Comic Corners I'm going to do today. Yeah, four. The first one is basically we're going to finish to talk about Black Panther until when a new shit comes out. But we have Marvel Masterworks Black Panther Volume 2, which collects the entire first volume for Black Panther and Marvel Period 50 and 53. I'm also discussing the second volume because, well, there is the third Marvel Masterworks. It just contained just the second volume of the series and the Mark Hunt Presents issues, which I've already discussed the Mark Hunt Presents issues. So I figured, though, wanted to discuss all this stuff here. And I'm also discussing the very next trade for Excalibur. Now, in the case of the Black Panther issues, yes, now the first 13 issues are written and drawn by the awesome, and now late, Jack the King Kirby. Yep, and his first four issues he deals with basically this object known as the King Solomon Frogs. It's basically the scientific thing. Also, the woman on the cover here, Princess Zelda, she's basically like the main villain in the first 7 issues. And then here's the strange thing though. No one sees her again after those 7 issues until she pops up in Iron Man Volume 2 and pops up in the Chris Priest run and Rachel Holland run, and that was it for her. The King Solomon Frogs, they only here first 4 issues, and they'll appear again until Chris Priest writes a book back in 2000s. Yep. Very interesting start for this one with the King Solomon Frogs, and there's also this thing called the 6 million year man. Yeah, he only appears in these opening few issues. He actually appears in the first 3 issues, and he pops up again in issue 43, and that was it for him. So yeah, basically Kirby is trying to do his best to basically establish some lore for Black Panther, but it seems like though, I need these characters, okay. He also has a supporting character named Mr. Little, this short guy who appears in this book. Now you might be thinking, does he appear in the entire book? He only appears in the opening 7 issues of this book. He's never seen again until Iron Man Volume 3, number 18. Yep, it seems as though we get to issue 7. It's anything on the book at that point is kind of wrapped up because beginning of issue 8, we deal with this guy named Nick Serpia, who's only here for just a couple issues, and that's it. Just a quick, standalone station. Basically, more Jack Kirby stuff here. We also have the debut of Kanita. Yeah, because that's mostly exactly what these issues are, just exploring some lore for Black Panther. He also the first appearance in issue 9 of the Black Musketeers. Yes, that is seriously what they call these people. And they appeared for 3 issues. They're made up of Joshua Ikushia, Kantia, and Zenny. Yeah, the Black Musketeers only appear just for a couple issues, and that was it for them. Yeah, the character Jekariah, who actually was a member. I don't think he was a member. He was part of the Hyena clan. He gets killed off in that issue. Yeah, he's basically here from issue 6 through 10. Comes back in the penultimate issue, which I'll talk about in a minute. And he comes back later in Rachel Holland's run. Then he pops in Rise of Black Panther and Wakanda, 1 issue of Wakanda, and that was it for him. His little story arc takes some issues 6 through 10. The whole thing with Jakara, and then basically issues, and as for the last 5 issues, 11 to 13 are basically his last issues that, Kirby would write. We have a guy named Frederick Kerber, who is basically a scientist who basically fights up against Black Panther for these last 3 issues, and that was sadly it for him. Yeah, Cabra the Cruel. Yeah, issue 13 is his death. Actually, his last time he's ever seen. As the last couple issues, oh boy, this is where we finally evolve the Marvel Universe here because if you think about it, the first 13 issues is self-contained Wakanda. We have no outside guest appearances. It's mostly Black Panther himself, obviously. And finally, we had appearance by the Avengers in issue 14. And, of course, Ed Hannigan take over the writing book. Now, fun fact. Prior to seeing this book, now, when I first read the Black Panther first volume, Apparently collecting 2 volumes, and here's the strange thing though. They only collected the Jack Kirby issues. The last 2 issues were not done by him at all. Nope. Yeah, they switched writers. Actually, no, last 2 issues because... last 3 issues because he actually did 12. But 13 is kind of the wrap up of that storyline, and then basically we deal with kind of a brand new set of villains called Thunderbolts, just a gang. Yeah, this is a gang who previously appeared in Daredevil. Yeah, and they appear in the last couple issues of this book. And then here's something, of course, you Ulysses Claw. And then, of course, basically, Claw's in this book. He apparently dies. Oh, don't worry, he comes back. He's still alive. This actually was the first time he actually died. But it's like, okay, we're going to end Black Panther book by killing off, basically, Ulysses Claw. Which, after this Black Panther appearance, he returns in Marvel 2-in-1, number 57. Which was released in 1979. Claw died in February of the same year. He basically just comes back here. Now, the story continues in Marvel Premiere number 51. Yeah, basically, my guess is what happened here is that maybe this book wasn't selling too well at this point in time. So they said continue to feature in Marvel Premiere for 3 issues, and that was it. Now, they also have a character named Win Eagle, who was from the pages of Jungle Action, who actually came back here for the last 2 issues of the book. Gets Ed Hannigan in the book, and he dies in issue 51 because he was made the bad guy. And of course, we get a flashback to Dragon Circle, who comes back for the final issue of the story here. Now, in 52, he takes on the KKK. You're thinking, Black Panther taking the KKK? That sounds so awesome. Because it is. Yeah, beat the crap out of those racist idiots. Yep. And then, of course, we deal with more of the Klan. And that's it for Black Panther. Yep. And that was last thing released Black Panther for many years. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, what exactly did Black Panther do once Marvel Premiere wrapped up? That's a good question. Because once he wrapped up his time with that book, he next appeared in Defenders for a few issues, and then he kind of, in a way, just jumped around the Marvel Universe for the next decade. Popped the Fantastic Four. Well, that wasn't until he got to Black Panther Volume 2, which I'm discussing right now. Black Panther Volume 2 is by Peter B. Giles. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give the Marvel Masterworks Black Panther Volume 2 a 10 out of 10 because it's just pure awesomeness at its finest. Now, like I just mentioned, I'm also going to be discussing the Volume 2 because that's all that's left to discuss for basically Black Panther. Because everything that comes after this has already been discussed when it comes to Black Panther solo-wise. Now, I should point out, though, this miniseries, when Marvel decided to bring back Triple-Digit numbering for Black Panther, this book was not counted as part of numbering. Nope. The reason? It was a miniseries. Yeah, they did the same thing with X Factor. When that received issue 200, basically Volume 2, which is a miniseries, does not count as part of number because it's a miniseries. But yet, Punisher Volume 1 does count because it was first volume. Yeah, Marvel did say the Punisher where they actually discounted 2 of the volumes. I mean, I get Volume 6, they discounted that one because that was it for continuity. But Volume 5, no reason why, despite the fact that was canon. Mostly put in the case of the Black Panther miniseries, written by Peter B. Giles, released in 1988. The second issue, if you're really curious, because it came out roughly 10 days before I was born. Yeah, mostly put, basically, we have Black Panther take on these Panther people. And that's kind of, in a way, the story of this miniseries. It's basically Black Panther versus Panther people. And we have the first prince of a group known as the Supremacists. And here's their names: the White Avenger, Barricade, Captain Blaze, Harrier, Hungrier, Victor, and that's it. Yeah, mostly put, they're kind of in a way racist superheroes because Peter Big Guy like doing for some reason I did. I have no idea why, but he did, and had him fight them in the very next issue, and the guy Panther. It's a very interesting miniseries. I love the artwork for this one. Dennis Cohen does an excellent job with the artwork. It's mostly put basically Black Panther is in the nation of Akina, this tiny nation which I don't think exists in real life. It's basically like a rival country to to Wakanda. It's mostly put exactly what they are, and they appear in the opening. This country appears in the opening 2 issues of this book, and then like for issues 3 and 4, basically he moves over to Paris. Yeah. Yeah, and they appear pretty much just as a miniseries, and they appear again in Black Panther Volume 3. And that was kind of it for the group. Mm-hmm. Well, this nation anyways. So I appreciate though that Peter B. Giles established a rival country to Wakanda. That's actually a pretty neat idea. I do not have an issue with it at all. Nope. I don't. I think it's a really cool concept. It's just something though that the country itself doesn't appear again after this for like many years until like the 2000s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, miniseries itself, I'm gonna give it roughly a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, and we also returned in the final issue of the Techno-Organic Jungle in issue number 4, which last appeared in Avengers 62. And this is only his third ever appearance in comics. Next time appears in the Cable 54, which I think this was an issue done by it's done by Joe Casey because Black Panther appears in the issue. But yeah, with Black Panther, we're done. Yep, we are done with Black Panther. Until whenever I discuss anything like the current book, and I think I haven't discussed the only thing is left to discuss Black Panther. It's just the current book, and I think the book kind of miniseries, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, there's also Shara, but anything before that, featuring the main Black Panther, he's done. And he's being replaced with Man-Thing. Yep, that's what's replaced with. But now, moving on to a completely different book, we have Excalibur by Alan Davis, Volume 3. Which collects issues, I think it's like 59 to 67. Yep. The issues are written by Alan Davis. He also draws them as well with Scott Lobdell. Now, mostly put, this is kind of in the way the end of his... Is this the end of his run? Yes, it is. Because Lobdell is basically brought in as a co-writer because he wants basically written out the series. And we have guest appearance in the first issue by Captain America, Black Panther, and Iron Man. Taking someone named the Knight Errant, who appears for 59 and 60. It's a quick 2-part thing, and also in the cover of the issue 60, it's like, oh, Captain Britain goes Jungle Man. Yeah, he becomes Jungle Man. And then basically Rachel Summers becomes Host Phoenix for issue 61. All deal with Galactus. who's actually feeding on a planet, and he's like, "Can you stop feeding this world?" The people is like, "Nah, I'm hungry." And then she destroys the machine like, "You made me angry." Yes, that's kind of the gist of this issue. Yep, and then of course we have it where in this issue here we take on the Resource Control Executive. Yeah, which are a organization purpose-built in Captain Britain comics. And they appear just for these issues, and then next appear in Astonishing X-Men X Genesis number 3. Yep, it's a brief story with them. They're fighting them in these issues here. Micromax here is a supporting character. And then pretty much we move on to issue 66, where Kitty Pryde leaves the team, and first appearance of a new group, the Reconnaissance Coordination Executive, and they first appear in this issue, and they are dropped after issue 67. Yep, they're here just for 2 issues, made up of Dark Angel, Arthur, Tangerine, Killpower, Grace, and Abaddon. They take on Ahab. Yes, Ahab from Days of Future Past, because basically this is a sort of a Excalibur's take on basically that particular event. And then pretty much like right after, and we do with we do with Master Mold, a version of him anyways, from Earth 811. Because mostly put in the case of the next few issues, it's mostly put dealing with Days of Future Past. And that's pretty much it. Also Captain Britain quits the team with issue 67. And we get like a brand new writer team, basically with the very next issue, a brand new creative team takes this book, and well, that's it. Really good book. I'm still enjoying Excalibur, but we're gonna get more changes from this point forward. But I do find it interesting, though, the fact that Alan Davis, before he finally left the book, is that he decided to do a sort of a Excalibur version of Days of Future Past, which was so awesome. The fact he did that, and this book is just awesome. This book a 9 out of 10. So. Is there a graphic novel after this that collects the next set of issues? No, there is not. Basically, for issues 68 through 77, these issues are not in trade. Nope. These issues are the only issues of the original 120 issue run that are not in trade. So next time we're discussing Excalibur, will be these individual issues. And then it'll be on to the Warren Ellis run, which that is in trade. And then it's back to the Epic collections for the next couple volumes. And then moving on to Excalibur Volume 3 and the new Excalibur, and that's it for Excalibur. What's going to place Excalibur when I finish it? I don't know yet. But yeah, that's particularly it for this particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Next up we have is, of course, another Comic Corner. Okay, next view. Bye.